I am super excited by this next session. For those of you who haven't met my colleague Jillian Hughes, you're in for a treat. I often refer to her as my morning cup of coffee. She's a force of nature. So I want to invite Jillian on to us. Will you come to the stage, please, and tell us about this initiative we've been talking about for some time, Women in TechWorks. So, welcome, Jillian. The stage is yours. Could you take us through to actually, probably 5 past to be fine. Thank you. Here's Jillian.
That was my warning, not to go over time, John. Coupled with a fast Scottish accent, I apologise in advance if I sound like I'm on fast forward. I'd like to thank John, Gareth and the team for allowing me the opportunity to launch Women in TechWorks at this event. A few months ago, some of our members approached me and asked the question, could TechWorks do more to support women in tech? To be honest, I did hesitate. There are already many fantastic women in technology initiatives in the UK. I didn't want us to simply create another version of something that already exists. But after some careful reflection and looking at the success of IoTSF, which began right here as a targeted intervention from TechWorks before becoming a national charity, it became clear. Women in TechWorks isn't about duplication. It's about skills, it's about talent, and it's about addressing the very real challenge, the continued underrepresentation of women in our sector. Let me be clear, it's based on merit. It's about excellence, and I've not done my slides, so good start. Sorry. It's about excellence, and it's not about tokenism. This is an initiative based on merit. Because we all know this, we don't need to count every star to see the imbalance. Sometimes it's just enough to look around the room, and I think we can see this today. The UK's global leadership in technology relies on unlocking all our talent. Right now, too much is overlooked. And this is both a challenge but a huge opportunity. And we should recognise something important. We already have many exceptional women in tech today. Part of our mission is to raise this visibility and use their success to attract and inspire those that will follow. So what will Women in TechWorks do? It will foster an ally culture. It will champion recruitment and retention of women in engineering and technology. It will raise awareness of the many opportunities in our sector. It will celebrate achievement at every level. And it will support and accelerate careers, technical, commercial and leadership. Because success isn't about getting women into the industry. It's about helping them stay, progress and thrive. Retention is key. TechWorks sits at the centre of UK's leading technology communities: semiconductors, systems, cybersecurity, future compute and AI. Across these networks we will deliver real impact. Mentoring, professional development, knowledge sharing and practical frameworks organisations can adopt straight away. Over the past 6 months, a highly experienced steering group from across our membership has shaped this strategy. They are driving the initiatives you'll hear about today, and I want to thank them for their passion, leadership and commitment. We are proud to partner with IoTSF, who have girls into electronics programmes, and we are delighted to welcome Microtech Global, a UK specialist recruitment partner who understands the data and reality for women in tech. Their support is invaluable. And yes, progress is beginning. Companies like KLA and Diodes are now recruiting equal, or in some cases more, female engineering graduates. We need to learn from what's working and amplify it. But Women in TechWorks is not a programme only for women. Progress requires partnership. Men play a vital role as allies, mentors and champions of progress. Some are already involved and we're looking forward to welcoming many more. And last but no means, you, the businesses, are integral to success of this initiative. We want to learn about your internal initiatives and the cultural changes that you make to become a more inclusive employer. Whether you employ 5 or 5,000 people, your business and your people have a fundamental role to play in helping us achieve our goals. So today I invite everyone, employees, employers, members, to get involved, join the conversation, take the tools and insight we build and put them to work in your organisations. Together we can build a more inclusive UK technology sector, one that reflects the full spectrum of talent and ambition across our country. I'd like to thank Microtech Global for their support and pass over to John. Women in Tech actually does work.
Many thanks, Gillian, and thank you, John, for having me here today. Hi, I'm John Michaels from Microtech Global. There we are. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about why we got behind and supported this great initiative. So I'm going to start with a bit of facts and data. So, some data. So, a study by the Department of Science, Innovation and Technology, if you can see that, highlighted a major skills gap and succession planning in our semiconductor industry. There is a growing demand. The semiconductor industry contributed over $600 billion last year and is due to increase to $1 trillion by 2030. This is going to lead to a shortage of talent. And it is estimated 1 million skilled workers are going to be needed to support this gap. Here in the UK, we have an ageing workforce. That is 39%, which equates to around 10,000 semiconductor workers that are expected to retire within the next 15 years. And female participation is very low, 26% overall and 18% in technical roles. So what are we doing about this? I spoke to Stuart Edmondson, CEO of the UK ESF, who provided some crucial information about our students and looking at the data over the last 15 years. Looking at some of the data provided, it shows we lack students in electronic and engineering degrees. This graph shows the disproportion between the degrees. If you notice, computer science, obviously, is the big degree at the moment. It is increasing year on year by 20% and is 6 times more popular than electronic and engineering. Looking at this data further and looking at over a 10-year period, electronic and engineering degrees produce around 3,000 to 3,500 students each year. 51% of the population are women. 56% of the population are in higher education. This line shows women in electronics. Did you know that only 8% of women contribute to electronic and engineering degrees? Yes, it's risen from 7 to 10%, but it's still far too low. We need change. And that is why we got behind this. Microtech have been recruiting deep tech professionals since 2010. Reviewing our last 3,000 placements, we saw that only 8% come from women. As a door to the industry, we realise how significant this imbalance remains. We need to celebrate what women are doing. We need to create role models for our future generations to bridge this gap. That is why initiatives like Women in TechWorks really matter. We need to create visibility. We need to build communities and empower the next generation of our future female leaders. We need to shout about our success stories and support our industry in becoming an area graduates want to discover. It's inclusive and it celebrates success. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this important journey. I'm now going to pass you over to Madhupana, who is leading the leadership pathway for women in tech.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. We are all here today because we all share the same goal: to build the most innovative, resilient, and successful tech industry possible. This isn't just a feel-good aspiration, it's a business imperative. So for the next few minutes, I want to talk about how we get there, specifically for leadership pathways for women in TechWorks. and why that investment benefits everyone in this room. Let's be clear. This conversation is not about taking opportunities away. It's about optimizing the talent pipeline that we already have. When we talk about the low number of women in technical leadership roles, we are not just looking at an equity issue. We are looking at a performance gap. Research from McKinsey, Gartner, and others consistently show the same thing. When it comes to financial performance, companies with greater gender diversity in their leadership level are significantly more likely to outperform their peers financially. Why? Because diversity of thought leads to better risk assessment and more innovative solutions. If we look into talent retention, when women see a clear path to leadership, they stay. Retention rates go up for everyone, reducing the massive cost of turnover for the company and keeping valuable institutional knowledge in-house. Another aspect to consider is product quality. Our products and services are used by the entire population. If the teams designing them don't reflect that population, we introduce unconscious bias into the product itself. Better representation equals better products for all users. I would also like to touch on the allyship pivot, which is about reframing the conversation itself. This is where the men in the audience come in. This initiative does not work without you. The narrative around women in tech has sometimes been framed as a challenge to the existing power structure. Let's reframe that. The challenge is not the people. The challenge is the culture or the system. We all operate within an organizational culture and system whether it pertains to hiring, promotion, mentorship, etc. These are often designed decades ago and may harbor biases that disadvantage excellent talent. Allyship is not a zero-sum game. When we fix a corporate culture or system that holds back women, we often fix the same culture that leads to burnout, stifles innovative ideas from junior staff, or lacks transparency for everyone. So what could active allyship look like in our day-to-day lives? I have 3 specific requests. The first one, sponsorship on top of mentorship. Raz is going to talk about mentorship. I'm going to talk specifically on the sponsorship side of things. Sponsorship is about using your political capital to talk up a colleague when they are not in the room. When the promotion time comes, if you see a talented woman being overlooked for a stretch role, be her sponsor. Say, I know she can do it, and I'm going to back her up. The second part is speak up and share the air. In meetings, please notice the dynamic. If a woman's idea is getting interrupted or repeated by someone else and credited to them, step in. Say, that's a great point, as Jillian just mentioned. Also, be mindful of the meeting tasks. Are the women automatically getting assigned to taking notes or organizing the social? Challenge that assumption. The third part, which I think is also the very important part, is advocating for transparency. Insist on clear, measurable criteria for promotions and bonuses. When the process is transparent and objective, it minimizes the room for unconscious bias to derail a high-potential candidate. And it benefits everyone seeking to climb the ladder. The future of tech is not one where success is limited. It's one where the best talent, regardless of gender, rises to the top because we have built a corporate culture with accompanying systems to allow for it. Investing in the leadership pathways for women in tech is simply the smartest, most profitable, and most ethical investment we can make in our collective future. Let's work together to make our companies and our industry stronger. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to talk about the mentoring initiative that we have here. So the recent Lovelace report identified a lack of mentoring and clear development as one of the 4 key reasons women leave the tech industry. And because of that, and the Women in TechWorks initiative, the mentoring and development pillar is a very important pillar for us. This mentorship that we have developed, it's based on the exemplary mentoring modelship that the Society of Women Engineers have developed. And what's different in this, and the goal that we have set, similar to the one in the SW, is that it is structured, but it's also flexible. It transcends boundaries, and it allows women to be mentored by people in different organizations, industries, and even continents. So how does it work? So in the program, if you are a member of TechWorks, you can sign up as a mentor or a mentee, and then we will partner them up based on the interest, your goals, and the work experiences you have. And why is this unique? This provides the women with the opportunity to actually learn from someone who is in a different industry, from a different city, or even in a country. And why is this important? Why is learning from someone who is not in an organization important? The main thing is, we all know true growth comes when you're faced with new perspectives. And when you learn from someone else how they how they approach a challenge, or how they lead a team, or even just generally how they navigate their own professional career, it brings a new mindset. And this fosters diverse thoughts, and it can help inspire innovation and confidence, which we really need. Another thing that we actually noticed with the Women in TechWorks initiative is that some of the mentoring programs that you have in organizations, they're ad hoc, and they can be quite intimidating for women to join. They won't sometimes know who to ask or how to sign up. And our mission, and we have made this our mission, to make our program clear, inclusive, and intentional. So when you sign up, you get a clear path to development and connection. And I know this program is very centered around women, but as both Jillian and Madhupana has highlighted, we need an allyship to make this a success. So all our male mentors out there, I actively invite you all to sign up as mentors, help us to champion the diversity and open doors, and actually help us to grow the next generation of women leaders in tech. And our mentorship program, it's not a program, it's a community. It's a one that's built on connection, on learning, and shared growth. So I ask everyone around here, as we move forward, have a think. Are you someone who has experience and is willing to encourage someone who's starting out? Or are you someone who's who's seeking guidance from someone who's already been there? If so, please join the program and help us to make it a success. Thank you.
Okay, so last but not least, I'm here to talk about increasing visibility pillar of the Women in TechWorks initiative. So Jillian's already mentioned the importance of using success stories of exceptional women to try and attract and inspire those who will follow. So our objectives include promote role models. Seeing successful women in engineering serves as a powerful inspiration of young girls and future generations, encouraging them to consider and pursue STEM careers. We aim to highlight and amplify the profiles of women already thriving in deep tech, to provide visible role models for those considering or entering the field, to showcase achievements, highlighting the accomplishments of female engineers through awards, for example, this year's new Women in TechWorks Award. Next, raising awareness. Ensure students make informed choices, not ones limited by lack of exposure. We aim to increase education and visibility of opportunities, job roles, and career pathways available for women in tech. That's where you come in, John. Address the leaky pipeline by focusing on retention. Support women in junior and mid-level tech roles to progress, feel belonging, and stay in the field long term. This will help to address equity and fairness. Increased visibility is a matter of fairness and ensures that opportunities in engineering are available to everyone regardless of gender. Developing one's own visibility can also, of course, aid career progression too. Through this initiative, there will be a number of speaking opportunities secured for women in TechWorks members per quarter. For example, at conferences, panels, webinars, fireside chats. We hope to build a speaker database of women in deep tech who are open to opportunities both internal and external, who are interested in talking, sitting on panels, or just joining events. Please reflect on what you could bring to the table. Thank you.
John, I'm watching the time, promise. And last but not least, I'm not very good at tech. I'm going to talk about the brand, but I just want to say thank you to one of my inspirational women here today, Janet Collier. I've been following Janet for a long while now, and I'm totally impressed and inspired by her. So after the branding launch and before the break, I would like to use the stage as an opportunity to take some photos. So please, can I ask those who are wanting to join me to do so after this? Male and female, all use male mentors. I would like to get you on the stage as well. So I'm excited to officially unveil the new Women in Tech brand identity. You'll see it in a moment. A bold expression of our mission and powerful community we're building together. At its centre is a dynamic W, which will represent women and subtly reference tungsten, the element known for the exceptional strength and resilience. These are the qualities we celebrate in every member of our network. Radiating from the W are 6 surrounding circles, symbolising how women in tech works across the TechWorks communities, reminding us that our greatest strength comes from the power of connection. Our colour palette, a confident blend of yellow, black and white, represents clarity, innovation, professionalism, strength, energy and optimism. Paired with a modern future-focused typeface, it reflects our ambition to be a global leader in technology and innovation. This new identity is more than a logo. It symbolises our movement. Its animated reveal, complete with a rise in sound design, perfectly captures our momentum as we empower every woman in tech to connect, grow and lead. Thank you, everybody. Now it's photo opportunity time. Thanks, John.
Well, look, thank you very much, Jillian. I'm looking at the time. I think we're going to have to start the agenda after the break a little bit later. So I'm going to make an instant decision here. For everybody who's running the session after, we'll not start at let me see, it's 11:30. We've got, crikey, let's come back at 1:45, I think, and we'll have to delay. But I'd like to thank everybody for your participation. When Jillian was talking to me about women in TechWorks some while ago, it's true that both of us were somewhat sceptical about this because we've seen a number of initiatives. Now, I'm going to say some things, and I apologise if some of this is a bit provocative, but I think it's important. The first thing to say is Women in TechWorks is full spectrum talent. That is right across the board, not just technical, but anybody, any woman who wants a long-term career in tech, this is a place for you. The second point to make is this is all about merit and inclusion. And the third part, which may be a little bit controversial, I hope it isn't, because I think we all recognise this is absolutely not DEI. This is about objective, making sure we get the best workforce that we can. So just to extend Jillian's invitation, we're going to take some photos now. For those of you who don't want to participate in the photos, please make your way up, do some networking and grab yourselves a drink. We will reconvene at 22, but I do encourage every single woman to come up on stage. I'm going to stay around. If there's any of my associates who want to be a part of this too, please come up. We're going to get some photos. Thank you. I'll bring the first session to a conclusion. Thank you then.